it's not enough to just be like one of the good ones and be respectful of women. I feel like there's always more I could have done. Like not just for the girls, but just like when I see it happening, I feel like I should have said something or said more and was more firm and more encouraging.
The final thing I have to say, and I really wanted to thank a couple of people. One, Dr. K for immediately answering Lily and helping her this morning after what happened yesterday. It's really nice of him. I know he didn't do it for like any kind of thing, but like it's not like a clout thing or like a he just did it because he accepted. He was really nice about it and really helped Lily through a tough time. Additionally, Destiny came over at 4 a.m. last night and kind of walked through. And as a person who was firsthand account of the situation, was able to break down and really help Lily out. I think both those people deserve a lot of props.
Really busy, and I was like, me busy? Like, you and Fed were, two peas in a pod all night. And he goes, oh yeah, like, what's going on with you guys? And I was like, what do you mean, what's going on? And the guy informed me that Fed told him that we were together when we weren't, and that he told the guy not to tell anyone, not to talk to anyone about it, not to talk to me about it. And that was the first.
You make the flyer yourself.
So it was, yes, yeah, I made not even flyers. It was like I posted all over the internet that I was teaching tutoring computer science. And
Okay.
I checked it beforehand. There were like no tutors on Oahu for comp sci. So that was kind of weird. But so I made like multiple different websites and Craigslist posting pretending to be different companies and different people, but they'd all funnel back to me. So like for a very short time, I had a monopoly on all the tutoring jobs
Why did you
on
feel
Oahu.
the need to be different companies?
So I felt like I would catch more work if someone goes to one company and they say that one doesn't look good, they'll go to the next company. Checkmate, asshole. They're both me. And that led to the funniest fucking thing ever.
He ends up always kind of manipulating the truth to make himself look better in a lot of different ways, in ways that you don't really need to. If your friend group, if you're like friends with someone, like I always trust Fed and whatever he says about anyone, but it came back to a situation where I found out that it wasn't always the truth. We came out with the statement because after we had a 3-hour intervention with him and 7 other girls, and 6 of the girls all came out with stuff against him, he proceeded after that day to contact the people who weren't there and kind of do exactly what we told him was the problem, which was to tell them only his side of the story, and kind of spin it in a way where he ended up being the better person. But it's like, I don't think that's like, we just had an intervention about it, so it felt kind of weird. The Chris Pekka situation, I will say Chris was extremely helpful in our formative years, and we fell apart due to a lot of different reasons, including the reason that kind of got let out. I 100% I want to say this, and I feel really bad saying this, but if you're one of the people who kind of minimized Lily coming out and talking about the situation, go fuck yourself. I'm really upset that she had to essentially deal with so much hate because she was brave enough to stand up for her friend as well as for her housemates. And I cannot be more upset about the situations that ended up happening. I will 100% believe her accounts of the situation. And I will be honest with you, I think Chris got off kind of easy.
Manager's like, hey, do you guys have Uber codes? Zero fucking response. It was so funny because there was one instance, I think it was BlizzCon, where I was invited to play the Battleground stuff. And the morning of the day before, so like the morning I was supposed to travel, I was doing the Teamfight Tactics Riot Invitational for set 2. And Riot gave me Uber credits, so I used it to get to the venue to play. And I'm like, oh, there's extra credits. Let me use these credits so I can travel to Blizzard's fucking events. Because they didn't give me Uber credits. I had to use Riot's Uber credits to get to a Blizzard event.
Toast also sat down with Fed a year ago. At this point, Toast was the only one from OTV who was aware of the incident with Yvonne and Fed, and he warned Fed about the growing concern within our friend group in regards to his behavior around girls. And this was before we all shared our stories. In regards to his behavior around girls, especially when drinking, and this was before all the recent stuff. It was just like a concern that was starting to build at the time. Fed responded by getting angry at Toast and claimed to not have remembered the incident with Yvonne, and he seemed more concerned with who else knew about the incident and about anything else, and who had said what about him. I am sharing this on behalf of Toast and with his permission. I want to put a huge emphasis on this. The way he shit-talked Yvonne and Lily to me and others, particularly, I will just recount my experience, is so frustrating knowing what happened between them. The Yvonne incident happened, and Fed would start talking to me. I'm so sorry for being emotional. He would talk to me about how Yvonne was lazy and not working enough and playing League all the time. And I was concerned. And he would say, oh, she won't work on OTV stuff with me or brainstorm and blah, blah, blah. And this discussion got to the point of us almost letting Yvonne go from the company because we thought she just wasn't interested enough in working with us. When in reality, her behavior was entirely because of the incident that happened between them.
Yeah. Do you think we can recuperate the $100,000 investment?
I think you could with the content that you put out of it and in intangible brand awareness. Like, who's offline TV? I don't know. Oh, they're the one with the dog that pisses in your cup at parties.
Pissing dog.
The pissing dog that pisses in your cup at parties. It's those guys. Oh, those guys? Of course I know those guys. They're the ones who taught the Boston Dynamics dog to feel pain when you yell at it.
Dude, I know that sounds crazy, but I'm kind of down.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking through it. I'll go halvesies on a Boston Dynamic dog.
Yeah.
The more I think through it, it's like...
Look. That Facebook money's gotta go somewhere.
May as well be tax deductible.
Look, instead of losing all my money on the stock market,
why don't we put it into something useful?
Like a pissing dog.
But I will say, yeah, he got off a little bit easy. There are some situations that I would say in that situation that didn't quite add up. And the one thing I have to say especially is the tweet he ended up making at 6 a.m. this morning, where he said he was collaborating with Lily to write a statement and there was problems with the statement. That wasn't happening. And I felt really weird that he put Lily in a situation where she had to essentially assist or him be a liar. I'm not comfortable with that, and I want to be truthful in the sense that that did not sit well with me. I think that's the only thing I have to say